All right, everybody. So here we are going to look at the games of Tony97 and Frankenstein, and we're going to run through all 12 of them. But we're coming in halfway through this season, so we have points victory for number game 3, game 4, and game 5. And then we had, I think the very first one was a military. And I think we've had political for all the rest of them. So, political, and a political one for the last few. All right. So, wow, hard to see the politicals, but outline those. Okay. So, now, what is going to be happening as far as the rest of this this series? Are we going to see in game 8 something different? Are we going to see a science victory? We'll see. But yeah, I think with that we'll just get started and move on into this next game. All right, let's get started. So we have right now Frankenstain very close to the top. We have them getting like over 880 elo, very close Frankenstein to getting 900 elo, which would mean that this Seven Wonders duel is not so lucky as what people think. The top rated person is usually pretty high as far as elo goes if it's a very strategic game. If it's very complex as well, a lot of factors add into making it that way, but one of them certainly isn't luck. If it's a very lucky game, then the elo goes down. And so I like the idea that Seven Wonders could have somebody over 1,000 elo at one point. Will it be Tony? Will it be Frankenstein? Who knows? But let's dive right into this game right here and check out how the Wonders are situated here. Likely Sanctuary is going to be the first one taken. That just makes sense. Okay, next up the Great Library, I would think, and then the Colossus, then the Pyramids. That's how I would take them, but these are all pretty terrible Wonders in general. Alright, next up, Sanctuary is my least favorite of the extra turns. Next up, looking at the structure, we have 3 of 5 senators revealed, 2 of them being white, so that will make making blue cards important. 2 of 3 blue cards are revealed, so hard for you to get 2 blue cards. However, there is the chance that one of these face-down senator chambers could be a +2 blue, so pseudo, you pretend that you actually have 2 blue cards, and then bam, you can get 2 senators out there instead of 1 senator with every white card. This is probably the most important decree face up, though, the +2 coins one. That's going to be taken pretty early, probably. Somebody's going to take this politician to do that. But this one could do it as well. It's important to note. Both of them could make that happen. Yeah, and then looking at the progress tokens here, I'm thinking none of these are really great. This is the least juiciest progress token setup that I've ever seen. This is really bad. And the expansion is to blame because both expansions add things like organized crime and engineering, which are just not something to write home about. With that, we will go into game number 8. Let's begin. First take, Sanctuary by Frankenstain. And then Tony97 going to take the Great Library and Colossus. That makes sense for them to do that. Stop a military victory, or maybe get a military victory themselves. So Frankenstein going to start this game by taking placing a cube wherever they want, and they choose to place it. No, they just want to take a conspirator, or a conspiracy. So they have taken the conspiracy treason. So we're playing from Frankenstein's point of view, so we're going to see all of Frankenstein's conspiracies. Of course, the Senate chambers of the very first left Senate chamber taken. And bam. Tony takes the first blue. They just need one more blue. Should be pretty easy to get it. To make so that if any of these face-down ones are also white, then they will be able to get 2 cubes, and that should be pretty useful. Controlling the Senate, very important in the beginning of the game. If you ignore that, you lose. Frankenstein going to force a take of... or not a take. I guess they forced nothing. Tony discarded that for coins. Maybe they're thinking, I'm done trying to play the Senate game. I'm just going to save up my coins and wait until I have 2 blues before I start using the senators. They have 15 coins, though. My gosh, like, that's just a ton of coins. But you can get that if you discard a bunch. Frankenstein going to recruit a senator and take from the middle. Interesting. They just want to make their wonders a little cheaper. They didn't want to go for the gamble of whatever that could be. Will they regret it later on? Tony going to put the Phoenician close to themselves, so maybe that's Tanit. Maybe they're hoping for a 12-coin boost for themselves. Generally, I like to put the 7-coiner close to my opponent. All right, Frankenstein going all in on science. 2 science cards taken thus far, even though the progress tokens are looking very dry. Frankenstein discarded for Clay Reserve, getting some 3 coins, but and then discarding again the stables to get 3 coins. So they're not doing so great in coins. Yeah, as far as who knows where what gods are, each one knows where a Greek god is. Ooh, Tony taking the papyrus. You see that taken a lot early game with these 2 players. Nobody's discarding it, so it must be good. Tony going to force either when you have this 5-card setup and taking that card, you force the opponent to reveal to you this card first, or to give you this card, and sometimes that's a good card. All right, Frankenstein ends up getting that good card, and now they are doing really well with their economy. And Tony, now I've talked with Tony, I've talked with Silent before, and they've mentioned that they don't feel like going for a very strong economy is a good move. They think that's secondary to, you should focus on winning the game, and if you can get a good economy, that's fine. Frankenstein has taken advantage of that, and every single game we've seen has had a higher economy than Tony, making it easier to do all of those win conditions. Alright, so Frankenstein going to do Hades so that they can take another science. They're at 3 of 6 symbols. Could this be our very first science win? Likely, Tony is not going to build Nisaba. Frankenstein may end up building it for 8 coins to stall. I don't know. We'll see as far as the verdict's still out on the Nisaba, but right now a conspiracy is taken, and that's going to be useful. We don't know. We don't know what that conspiracy is, so we are just as in the dark as Frankenstein is as far as what that could be. I mean, potentially Frankenstein put that one on the top of the deck. I don't know. Ra, taken from Tony, or taken by Tony to steal the Sphinx. Now Frankenstein at no extra turns. Frankenstein, a passenger in this flight to the end of this game. And that's not good if you're playing as a passenger and you're going for a science strategy. You have no control of how anything goes. However, this is going to be pretty useful. The treason, unprepared conspiracy. All they need to do is prepare that and then take a science card, and that could end the game for them in a science victory if they just get what they need. But it would seem like law is not out there, right? There's no way to get law. So it's just not going to be a good win if you go for science in your Frankenstein. But that seems to be the edge of win conditions that they're playing on, is the science edge. They're sitting with only 4 coins. Tony doing really well with coins, 14 whole coins. However, Frankenstein does have a start day, so talking coins, they're about even. Tony going to place yet another conspiracy out there. What are they hoping for? To extort the pyramids? Are they hoping to do a political maneuver? I wonder what the plan is for that. But, oh, I love when Zeus is taken. I don't know how to use Zeus efficiently. So I wonder, or effectively, I wonder if Frankenstein has a better idea of how to do it. I think that was a good move, though. Neither one wants to reveal either of these. This would be a really bad science to give Frankenstein. Tony is going to just stall and actually does take Nisaba, unlike what I predicted. And now Frankenstein going to prepare their conspiracy. And instead of going for military, neither player going for military. Oh, covering up the customs house, making it a little bit more difficult to get glass for Tony. In fact, I don't even think glass is in the cards for Tony. They have 17 coins, though, but Mausoleum for them is going to cost 10. Let's look at the top left here, because this is the main area. We're ending on the top left, so we're just going to look over here and see. They constructed the forum. They do get glass, so unlike what I said, they're going to get glass. All of Frankenstein's wonders have been built. We're just at the end here, and ooh, that's important to note. Right over there, the military pawn just moved 2 spaces. And we're going back to see what ends up getting taken here. Frankenstein placing a cube in which chamber did they choose? Come on, philosophy token, get out of there. Right, they put it in number 1 to make it Tony get less coins with every discard. Alright, looking at this, Tony going to use an extra turn to stop that science card from ever coming out, banishing it forever as a prepared conspiracy. Frankenstein going to recruit a senator conspirator for only 2 coins. Okay. And now they're going to place... Ooh, this is a very powerful one. Espionage. They're going to be able to take any token... Oh, any of them that were removed from the beginning of the game and choose 1 to play. That's like a super great library. I don't think they're picking theology. I think they might be going for strategy, because that's all they would need. They're going to build that 1 shield, and then they're going to try to pull off strategy. But I tell you what, it's very difficult to pull off strategy against those 2 wonders, Mausoleum and Colossus. If you're going to try to do a military move and then use strategy, that may be a no-go. It may be too difficult to pull off, and then you set yourself up for failure, because that's potentially 2 shields. Yeah, they've got one in the one 2-shielder in the discard, so that's 4 shields that can be pushed. All right, they are activating it, and they... Hold on, what just happened? So Frankenstein triggering treason, and they're using... Whoa. What's going on? So they trigger conspiracy treason, construct the building circus for free. From where? From the back of the Senate? I don't know how they constructed this one for free. Okay. I need to brush up on my 7 Wonders duel knowledge. I don't know how espionage caused a 2 movement in military. I'm definitely going to have to look back at this game and see, but Colossus, built by Tony to protect themselves with the shield. I guess Frankenstein just built Okay, now they triggered the conspiracy espionage. Okay, which allowed them to get mathematics. Okay. Oh, they used treason first and then espionage. Okay, so treason to get the military push, and then they used espionage. I think that's how it happened. Why not use espionage first? And yeah, I don't know. So using espionage first would get them a military win, potentially. Well, let's continue. Frankenstein going to put a cube in the 6th chamber. They don't have a shot at getting science. We had a science stolen from... Tony ended up trading science with Frankenstein, causing each of them to take a token. Or at least causing Tony to take a token. And that ended up being what they needed to get 7 points from philosophy. So they had their second same token. Alright. Yeah, this casting is way beyond my level. I don't know how a lot of these things are going on. This has been the hardest game to cast, I tell you what. Let's just make a prediction though. I think with 29 points versus 23 points, we could see a point win by Tony at the end of this one. It's not going to come down to science. Okay, finally a third one with the Great Library. Maybe Tony should have taken mathematics if they could have. I don't think they could have. But yeah, now as it's nearing the end of the game, I'm thinking Tony's got the leverage. They've got a coin advantage, 23 coins, but more importantly, a point advantage, 33 coins. Frankenstein going to build the town hall, but because of economy, they had to give away some coins to Tony to do that. Tony can construct the military wonder or military card for free. Instead, yeah, they used turn of events to quickly rush through the wonders and rush through the cards and just end the game flat out. No more points for you, Frankenstein. And there you have it. Game ends in points with Tony as the winner. Crazy end to that one. A lot of stuff was going on there. I'm going to have to look back at that one later on and see, because I'm not quite sure how each of the... I think treason got played off first, and that allowed a military card to be taken, and then espionage was triggered. But if espionage had happened first, then that would have made they would have been able to grab strategy, and then they could have taken treason. Yeah, I wonder what happened there. So feel free, leave it in the comments below what actually happened, but yeah, I'm a little lost as far as that goes. I'm going to rewatch my own video and be like, oh, that's what happened. But there we have Tony97 winning. They were sitting just below 800 elo, but now they're going to have a huge jump, beating somebody who's almost 900. Incredible. Okay, so now we are going to write down a points win from Tony. So there's a points win, and I'm going to write a big fat T for all of Tony's wins. So boom and boom. Both have been in points. And yeah, hope that you all can see that. No, you can't. Who am I kidding? There, now you can see it. Bam. So I'm writing big fat T's right there for all of those, and we're going to start into this next video. Game number 9.